Hey guys, Sean here. So I'm gonna go over this list of 11 Mandela Effect, Berenstain Bears, universe changes, reality shifts. So these are things that I've found have changed since Mandela Effect 2012. Since that stuff has come to pass, this is the new reality that we are currently existing in, this timeline, if you will. Okay, so these 11 changes, some of them you're going to be aware of, and some of them you aren't. So there's a very good chance that some of these are something, some of these you have not heard of previously. All right, so Google is owned by a much larger company. Google isn't like its own parent company. Google has a parent company. It's called Alphabet. Alphabet Inc. Alphabet, the company, owns Google and owns YouTube. Never heard that. Never heard of that. Never heard of that. Any of these could be I could be mistaken about. Any of these that I'm going over, I could have just missed it. Of course, anybody who claims a Mandela effect could be mistaken. Mandela effect is real, very real. But any of us can be making mistakes. But yes, never heard of Alphabet owning Google. The letter A. In this timeline, the letter A for on company logos, way more than I could ever remember before, has the A with a missing little the middle line there in the A. So the car brand Kia with the missing little line in the A. It's funny because prior to Mandela Effect, I don't remember seeing these funny A's. Samsung. I have a good friend. Their nickname is Kia. And I remember when the car came out, it was like an inside joke. I have no memory whatsoever of thinking, wow, that Kia is spelled kind of funny the way the A looks. Maybe I just never thought of it. But I know myself and I know I'm very confident that if the A looked different prior to Mandela Effect slapping us all in the face, then yes, I believe I would have noted that mentally, that A was different. Samsung. I bought a damn VCR way back in the day. Samsung. I don't remember the A's looking funky. Pretty sure that's a change. All right, here's one that you I'm pretty sure no one's brought this up. Okay, a note I noticed that um, in the last 10 years we've shifted, or even you could say that culture or society has gradually changed, and that does happen, of course. But when the speed of the change is so significant that it feels like it happened practically overnight, that is pause for consideration. Was this a reality shift? So 10 years ago versus now, when people are on the phone. Now this is based on the American culture. This is the culture I've been exposed to. When people are on the telephone and they're about to get off the phone, this is nowadays, in the last maybe 8 to 10 years, people will make this sound before they get off the phone to acknowledge they're ready to get off the phone. You can study and observe other people and you will see this. I guarantee it. You will do it yourself, not realizing it. Did you say something like that before you get off the phone? Watch. Start paying attention to when people are getting off the phone. Start paying attention to when you're going to get off the phone and the other person goes They make an sound. We do that now. Not everyone does it. Doesn't happen all the time, but it happens often. Often. That before you hang up the phone. And prior to that, I don't remember people doing that. Again, could be mistaken, but it seemed I noticed I made it way before Mandela Effect became part of my conscious awareness. But yet I knew realities could shift and that we do shift timelines constantly, and that there's literally an infinite amount of parallel realities. I knew about that. But yes, prior to Mandela Effect, I knew we changed realities, and the thing, I made a mental note that that was a reality shift. I have a video. One of my very first videos was me talking about a Mandela Effect shift, where it was a reality shift where I noticed when people would bump into each other, instead of saying I'm sorry or excuse me, which is what I was used to for many years, all of a sudden people would bump into each other in a public setting and say you're okay or you're all right. That was a change for me. Um, The United States of America, the mainland, the United States mainland was bombed during World War II. I grew up in a reality where the mainland was never bombed. In this timeline, the mainland of the United States was bombed during World War II. Italy, it's changed its shape. People from Italy probably won't notice the change, just like people in America are probably won't notice the changes in their own like area, the state they live in, the street you live on. Yes, you can find these changes. Yes, crazy shit happens all the time. But the chances are, if you live in a country and then other people are saying it's a Mandela effect that the country you live in has changed shape, chances are, if you live in that country, you didn't notice. The closer you are to something, the more attention you focus, the less likely it is to change, at least the way it is now. In this reality, times will change and things are it's gonna get crazier, much crazier in the future, and it's gonna be awesome. So Italy, that boot was a low cut heel. It was a low cut heel. I am telling you, the reality that I experienced, I am 100% sure it was a freaking low cut heel. Now it's a stiletto. It changed. The Panama Canal. When I first got Google Earth, one of the first things I did is went down to like the close view of the Panama Canal, and I went all the way across so I could see what it was like if I was a boat going through the Panama Canal. The canal went east west. Now it goes north south. A change for me. When people are speaking and they're having they're doing public speech. So like someone's doing a YouTube video, someone's talking in front of an audience, whatever. Back in the day, the common I don't know what to say, it's dead air, that was super common. And now, and again, this one might be a culture shift and it's gradually changed and I just didn't catch it in time. And now I'm thinking maybe it was a fast change, but now they often say, instead of, it's, that might be gradual. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to spend many hours looking at different months and years of people's public speaking and see if it was a gradual shift or not. But yes, they say The bright yellow sun is now a blinding white sun. Yeah, enough said about that one. It's self-explanatory. Bats in this reality have decent vision. The timeline I grew up in, bats couldn't see for crap. The average bat has decent vision in this timeline. Skunks in this timeline often have 2 white stripes and not 1. So there you go. There's some changes for you. Again, some of those are gonna hit and some aren't. But all right, I love you guys. I'll see you again.